Yo, what's up out there in YouTube land? This is your boy Shelvon, and I got the entire crew with me today, and we have literally nothing to talk about except for like maybe Dune and a couple of things like maybe Moana. So we're just probably kind of a chill, short stream today, So how are you guys doing?
Doing fine.
So far, so good.
Okay, all right. Well, Elton didn't get a chance to watch the episode. He really didn't miss much. It's like I'm trying to give a shit about the formation of the Jesuit sisters, but given how the future kind of holds, it's kind of like it's. So, what did you think of it, Ricky?
At first, it was kind of boring, but then I looked like they're kind of episode 4 is going to be a little bit more, I think, more action.
Yeah, that seems to be like how this thing works. It's like it's
Oh, you
a
have
lot
to
of
put your
talking.
spoiler.
Oh, well, all right. So we're gonna get into that. So, okay, spoiler alert to anybody
I
who.
just
There it
got
is.
confused in one of the parts regarding the Arcanist and the treaties. The treaties.
Yeah. All
Because
right.
supposedly they were exiled to this other planet. I don't know how were the treaties there.
I don't like. I am trying to understand this universe, dude.
Yeah,
Is
let's start
they're,
from the
they're
beginning.
they're far off into the future, but this entire episode was on wood areas with horses and shit, and dudes cutting off meat off of furry whales.
That was the exile planet of the Harkonnen after the Valyrian Jihad. So they got sent there by the traders. Supposedly they never went to go fight. That's why they got exiled over there.
Right, I get that. So then, why the Atreides Rodher is on a medieval planet where everybody is on horses? I'm like, this is like they have space travel. Why the hell are they riding around on horses in the middle?
I don't
Dude,
know.
it
I
was
got confused. I was a little bit confused there.
yeah, it was really weird. So it starts off the Reverend Mother is kicked out of the Emperor's palace, and she's walking with that
Valia?
random yeah, and she's gone. She got a plan, like we got to make sure that we keep our hold on the other houses.
Mm-hmm.
So she's making plans based off of like a information that she's making plans off of everybody else being stupid. That seems to be what the whole gist of this whole thing is. She thinks everybody else is stupid, and
Well, she's ambitious.
yeah, I get ambitious, but you're prone to failure if you approach everything like everybody else around you is stupid.
Mm-hmm. But it gave a little bit of the background of her where when she started going to the sisterhood, where she was not really willing to put everything for it. She was more of her name, the Harkonnen.
Right. So
she was starting to question. Remember when she was questioning Dorothea?
She tells her I have dealt with rivals before. So it's like, okay, we know how she did that, making a lady kill herself. But this was kind of a setup to that eventual thing. But this is when she first gets to the sisterhood. But it starts on her being on the planet that the Harkonnens are exiled to. So she's walking around and you get to see her family. She's upset that the family is accepting of their lot in life.
Oh, they are.
Right. And because they don't want to deal with the blowback of what can happen if they push the thing, but she ain't trying to hear that. So she eventually tells her brother. And first I was like, who the fuck? Like I couldn't figure out who anybody was because it's like it's a bunch of them.
It looked like her was dad, her mom, her uncle.
And maybe the older dude was like grandfather or something.
I think that was the uncle.
That was uncle. So they're like, telling her to chill, but she's basically calling them all punks, saying how you put up with this stuff and
the misery in this planet.
Right.
But she's blaming the Atreides for sending them their exile there. But according to her, she's saying that it was not true what they did. But
Right.
according to in the book, was saying they got banned because they didn't want to fight the AI war.
Yeah, so I'm like, as I'm looking at all of this, I'm like, I'm trying to. It's like I'm trying to put the fact that I know how these like her family essentially turns into Nazis in the future, right? They're a planet full of Nazis.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, why should I
You're
care
talking
about
about the future, right?
right? Yeah. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
why should I care about the plight of the people who are going to turn into Nazis? like I don't care. Like, okay, you guys were given what your family history is and what you as a person does because she talks her brother into doing something. It is not exactly clear. Is he going to go talk to the Atreides dude, or like what is he? What did he go? What was he going to go do? I couldn't really figure that out.
Which part?
Like her brother was going to go talk to like somebody.
They didn't really show it. They didn't really show. She mentioned something where she said that she told him to go swim, and then he didn't know how to swim. He died.
Yeah, he was going to die, and she used her powers to basically force his body to swim back to the shore.
And then she's blaming the Atreides for killing them. So they didn't really show what really happened to him.
Right. So because when her family got upset with her and her pushiness, she basically went outside, and their mothers was like, "Look, don't go with her because she's a wolf and you'll get eaten."
You're talking about Tula?
No, that's what the mother told the son when he got up there.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So wherever mother went outside, the mother said, "Look, don't go out there. She too ambitious, and she's going to cause nothing but problems. And all she's going to do is eat you up." So he's like, he said, no.
You think she was trying to manipulate him to go kill some of the Atreides, where she did it to her other younger sister, and she did it?
Bro, I have no clue what happened because the dude goes out.
What happened?
Right, so he goes outside and they have a conversation, and that's when we find out about him almost drowning, and she basically made his body swim back to the shore. Then he goes, "Because you did that, whatever you think is right, I'm gonna do it." So they hug each other and they look off into the frozen thing, and the next
frozen
shot,
tundra.
The frozen tundra, and the next shot he's dead. I'm like, well, what happened? It's like, what happened between this point and him being dead and
maybe they'll show it the next episode.
Maybe, because then the uncle's like doing the eulogy and he looks dead at her. Like, the reason the dude is dead is because of you. So her family at this point is just like is like over that. So they go inside. And then the sister comes out.
A cave or something?
No, it was they were this is their what do you call it when they like where they keep the dead bodies, like they're like a crypt, a crypt.
Oh, okay.
The family crypt. So you following it so far, Elton?
A little bit.
All right. So she has a conversation with the sister, and she does the same spiel about even though the last thing that she suggested that happened wound up with her brother being killed, and she fuck it, we just gonna keep doing it. So the sister was like, you need to come back in, and that's when it got a little bit confusing because her and her sister look a lot alike. So then when you went you was back with the sisters, and she was going through the training, and it had that lady who she eventually talks into killing herself is like kind of pushing her, and so you got that whole thing. And then so as you're going through that, then it cuts over to someone who looks very much like
the horse.
Right. And like, so I'm sitting there like, who the hell, like what? Like where it looks like England. So I was like, why are they running around on horses? This is thousands of years into the future.
I know, they were in a frozen tundra, and now they're in some woods.
Right. So I'm like, I was confused as hell. And like, once
there too.
Yeah, but once you find out like what happens later, it's like, okay, this is a completely different planet. Like, okay, I don't know what the hell's going on. So then it cuts right back to the sister, and the Reverend Mother, and they're
Wakala.
making them, yeah, so making them stand outside in the rain. They seem to like doing that a lot. So
What
it's
was
like,
the purpose of that? To say they're loyal to the sisterhood,
right, yeah.
and she was
So it was,
refusing.
yeah. So that's she, the one that she eventually kills was telling her that you are too, basically letting her know that you're too loyal. You're not loyal to the
You're
sisters.
yeah, you're loyal
You,
to your Harkonnen, your family
right, to your family.
or your house.
Right. So it's like until you can give up this thing, you'll never be a sister. So she's going to just stand outside in the rain. So that's when the old lady comes and
Yes, superior mother,
right.
Rakala.
Yeah. And then she's having a conversation with her, and I don't know why she just, because they don't really tell you why she
Well, remember
decides.
when she turned around and they used the boys? And
Right.
mother, superior mother Rakala told her, "I never felt the power of the boys like that."
Right. But the thing is like, so she has this power, so you decide to trust her with something. Like once, like at the end of the episode, we get to see what's in the room because we never saw what was in that room. You always saw them walking down a corridor, and then they're going over to some spot, and then it cuts to something else. So you don't ever actually see what's in the room. You see that at the end, but it's like, okay, so you trust this person who clearly has divided loyalties with this insane secret that if it gets out, y'all are just done. Like the other houses or whatever would completely destroy you and never listen to you if this gets out. And you trust this person who clearly has divided loyalties. Like
Yeah.
it's pretty obvious. So then it cuts to like the and for the long, I didn't know that was her actual sister. I just thought that she kept calling her sister, so I was like, oh, okay. So like, the whole sisterhood thing. I didn't know that was her sister.
Yeah, Tula.
Right. So I didn't do. I really like. I was like, okay. I just thought
Yeah,
it.
because basically both Harkonnen sister are the Bene Gesserit.
Right. But I was under the impression that they would, since they everyone calls it each other sisters. Well, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
I
she
was
basically manipulated her young sister to go kill the
right.
Atreides and their whole family.
Yeah. So that was another flashback when when the older lady comes in and tries to talk her into letting what's the, see, I'm bad with names. The little, I don't know what she is, black chick or whatever. Like the
Layla.
one Layla. So but to do the acne, and we find out in the last episode that the older Reverend Mother is a little pissed off about the direction that this one took the sisterhood in. And this girl was supposed to be their means to get out of the situation that they find themselves in, and the older lady killed her or did something to her. So now she's in a vegetative state. Another lady comes in and tells her that you gotta let her go and all that stuff.
It's almost like she does stuff, but she still has like sympathy in her.
Right. So
But she
that's when,
still will do it, but she feels regret.
yeah, and unlike her sister who doesn't feel
Her sister, but Valia, she's just ambitious.
Don't feel
Whatever it takes, sacrifice, whatever has to be done, she's going to do it.
Right. So then that's when we get the other cut flashback of it just goes to a wooden area of a guy, some other dude riding around with her on a horse. I'm like, what? It threw me because I know, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Why is everyone dressed like it's what,
It's like
14th century?
It's like they went camping.
Yeah, like they dress like middle-aged like Europeans on horses, on a horse. So like, okay, I'm confused as hell now. So they go, it's like a lovey-dovey thing, and I'm like, okay, is this like a brother I don't know about? Like who the hell? But clearly they're involved. They have a conversation. She goes in to something like a hut or whatever. There's a ruckus outside, and she comes out, and the horse fell down and hurt himself. and broke his leg. And when a horse breaks his leg, it's just pretty much it. The horse is done because the leg won't heal properly and it won't be able to survive. So they got to put the horse down. The dude is going to kill the horse. So she goes and gets some weird berry looking thing. And
It's like it was poison, huh?
Right.
That's
So
what
it's
she
like,
used to basically kill the whole everybody.
right. So it was a precursor to what happens later in the episode. And
Yeah,
when
foreshadowing.
right. So when you go back and you think about it, it's like, why did the hell she got like poison? So she's working on the poison in the open where everybody can see it, which is weird. It's like that don't really make, like, in hindsight, that don't make any sense, but that's basically what happened. So she kills the horse. Like the dude is all whatever about it. So it's like, okay, I'm lost. Then eventually you got another sex scene, and I'm kind of bouncing around a little bit.
But before that, remember she told Atreides you should go join them. But he didn't. He said no. He wants to be with her.
Yeah, and
basically he wanted her to go over there party with them, so he could die too. But he didn't want to.
Yeah, because he was in love and he wanted to hang out with his girl because he asked her to marry him and all that other stuff. And then the next
they have sex, and then after that she tells her, "That's not my real name. My name is Tula Harkonnen."
Right.
That's what the guy was like. Well, I know we're ancestry, like we had problems, but that's their problem. I love you and stuff like that.
Right. So it goes outside, everybody's dead, and she poisons him. So at this point, I'm like, what is the purpose of this? Am I supposed to have some kind of sympathy for any of these people? Because clearly and given what they are in the future, so they're like the same kind of people 10,000 years later where they're actually good, decent people who
backstab and kill you. And
right. And the Harkonnens are like backstabbing, poisoning, like
more ruthless. They're the most ruthless people in the house, or the family is more ruthless.
Right. So my point is like, what is the purpose of you showing me this? Am I supposed to have sympathy for them? Because I don't have anything for the sister, and I don't have anything for her because she clearly cared about the guy, and he didn't do anything. Like, because you didn't tell me what they did to her brother, so she's doing this because they killed her brother.
That's why we're a little bit lost right there.
It's like there's something missing. When you show us, like, if you showed them killing him, like setting him up and doing, then I can say, okay, then I can see how you're getting your vengeance. But you didn't show that. You just basically showed that he was dead. Like, well, how did that happen?
I think they'll show it next episode.
I don't know, dude. I hope. And then it cuts back to her having a conversation. Like, she's fully into the sisterhood, even though she has divided loyalties. And the older lady is telling her that they're both going to be the leaders of the sisterhood. I'm like, okay. So that means you murdered the chick to take all the power when you were supposed to share the power. I'm like, all right. They do this. Supposed to do that.
Different visions.
Yeah, so they're supposed to have to do the Agni.
The other one was to guide her, and then the other one was to dominate everybody.
Yeah, because she still has she's still a Harkonnen and still has the issues from being of a Harkonnen. So even in the last episode where she wouldn't give them a truth seeker, like whatever, is probably is not because she has issues with her family. It is because she got some other thing working. Like, it's like, all right, again, I'm gonna say this again. What is the purpose of this? Like, it's an origin story of the sisters, but from so far, you're showing me that they're bastards who it's like they got silly plans that are based completely on everyone doing whatever they need them to do, just doing it for it to work. Like, okay, so you throw any kind of change, their plans are screwed. That don't make no sense.
So how about Elton? What you watched this episode 2?
No, he didn't. He said he didn't get a chance to. So I'm kind of working through it. The Elton, how much have you seen of this?
I've seen only the first episode.
All right, so the
Oh, we're
second,
waiting for him. Huh?
yeah,
That-
dude.
That's why I'm not listening intently. 'Cause I do plan to watch it at some point, but
Well, maybe you'll get some more insight out of this than I am because I don't know. It's like, especially after coming off of Penguin, where like how well that was written. This is not as bad as Ahsoka or the Acolyte,
No, you can't compare
right?
that.
Right. So it isn't, but it's not as good as Shogun
Maybe
or
just this third episode is not that good as maybe they didn't even show Desmond Hart neither.
right. And he's the most interesting character.
The most
So-
mysterious.
All right. So
is
this was
like a setup for a lot of exposition or something.
that's the impression that I'm getting is that they're trying to set up, and this is what I'm confused by, is like if your point is to make me to give me sympathy for them, this is not achieving that. It's like I don't like it's like you guys are just doing stuff to like I don't know. It's like I don't know what purpose of what you're showing me. So
Why didn't she Valia didn't want to take the poison from the superior mother on her eyes at first?
I don't know. She just maybe
She
it's
just left. Remember, she left Dorothea was there.
right. So this is the divided loyalty thing, or she's not because
And
she
that
didn't
when
take the
she
oath.
met the superior mother, he told her, "You have to make up your mind. Do you want a path
Right.
with the sisterhood, or you want to go back to your planet?"
Yeah, so she's basically trying to force the issue with her, where it's like, dude, you cannot have your divided loyalties. You either can be this or you can be this.
Eventually,
And
she did it. Right? She did it when she was over there.
yeah, when she went back after her family's all pissed off because she got the sister to go and kill. It's like, well, it's like you did this thing without even thinking about whatever the repercussions for this. So it's like you got your brother killed, then you made your sister do something that's gonna get her killed. And the only reason that she's still alive is because she went to the sisterhood.
That's when her true color came out when she almost killed her mother.
Right.
And she just left, and they called her a witch.
Well, yeah, you try to make your mother kill herself in front of everybody in the family. Hey, so again, that's why I keep saying, like, what is the purpose of this episode in general? Because like we didn't really need to know all of this.
I think they're foreshadowing for something.
Yeah, I guess I'm hoping that it pays off better because like right now, it's unnecessary. It is an unnecessary filler episode that doesn't have
it's not that good. I mean, I give it a 3 out of 10, but
right. It's
I think they're kind of setting that up, like Elton said, for the next episode.
Right. So she winds up in the end. Her plan is to basically go talk to her family again, but now she's older, and the uncle who was limping and with a cane is now on the Emperor's planet, and they're living in a high rise. So I don't know how you go from being on a planet where you're carving up meat chunks off a furry whale.
Yeah, I got confused there too.
To being inside a high rise thing is like within like what happened in the middle? It's like you got to show at least.
He became so powerful, or what?
I don't know, dude. This episode didn't make any kind of freaking sense.
Yeah, I got confused there too.
It's like so. Is like, dude, I didn't. But all right, so Elton.
Yes.
So like you can probably like I don't know if you can skip this, but you're not gonna get much out of this because there's a lot of backstory of how the two sisters kind of wind up where they're at now, but it doesn't really explain everything, like how what led up to any of this. So it's missing a lot of chunks.
Oh,
Right.
Okay.
Dude, it's like they're on like dude, they're literally dressed like medieval like that. They're dressed like medieval Europe.
They didn't
Riding
even
on
show the emperor too, huh?
no. So it's like when did we go back in time? They have spaceships.
Basically, a backstory. It was just a backstory of Tula and her.
Yeah. Yeah. So at the end, they do the ceremony, or not a ceremony, but they do the thing to let the like. So the older lady supposedly talks her into letting the little girl go. They have like a whole thing where the other sisters in training, I guess, get upset because they let her do that because she's just a child and blah blah blah, and then they give them a speech about how you gotta sacrifice and everything that you do is for the sisterhood, and she sacrificed, so you gotta respect that. And there's a lot of
cult, huh?
right, yeah, it's a lot of bullshit. It was like this is some bullshit. So all the girls fall for it, whatever. So they pull the little thing off. So all right, she's dead. So at the end, Tula is walking around. She goes over to the little secret area, opens up the door, walk down the hallway, and she gets to this area, and then the little girl is inside this box, this clear box, and she starts talking to a computer. It's like
AI.
what the right. So it's like what the fuck.
So basically, they're still using machines, even though they're forbidden.
Right. So you get to see what's on the other side of the door, and they got like an entire fucking like AI thing set up there. And it's like
the quality is they're all banned. They should not be
right.
using that, but they're going behind everybody's back.
Right. So basically, if any of this gets out, so if any of this gets out, they're dead. Everybody's dead. They're killing everybody, and they're killing every woman on this planet.
Oh my God.
So it's like, so then it goes off. It's like it just finally got interesting. So it finally gets interesting, and he did that the last day in the episode. It finally got interesting, and the shit stopped. And then the next episode is this. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Again, not as bad as Ahsoka. Nowhere near as bad.
Yeah, just a boring episode, but I expect the fourth one it'll be better.
It's just a lot of talking. Talk.
A lot of talking.
Schemes, right? A bunch of schemes.
Yeah, it's silly schemes. Schemes based off of everyone else being idiots.
The same thing as Shogun. Shogun was not a lot of action. It was more about schemes, stuff like that. Same thing.
Right. But then the schemes that were well thought out and had contingencies about like your contingency was this girl was supposed to go into this state and then get all the information from the person who you betrayed, who eventually killed the girl because she's upset that you betrayed her vision, and that's why she's in this state. So it's like,
it's next week is 4, so it's only six episodes, so 3 more.
What the hell, dude? So we're halfway through the season, and they did a filler episode.
Yeah.
Wow.
Basically, 3 more episodes.
Mm-hmm. That's not great. So
I'm pretty sure they're gonna do a second episode. I mean, season 2.
Well, I hope so, dude. Because
that's been hard. They're not gonna still show who he is.
There's a lot to explain, and I don't know. Maybe it's because I enjoy the Penguin so much and how that was written, how it was visual. They didn't have to tell me. They didn't tell me stuff.
Penguin was more like a mafia movie, man.
Right, but the thing is like,
but it was good.
Yeah, but regardless to whether or not what the subject was, is just how you write it. And this.
Well, we'll see. Let's see episode 4. Maybe they'll explain more how the brother died and stuff like that.
Yeah, I hope, because I spent the most of the episode confused. I was confused.
Yeah, I was confused too.
Yeah. All right, so again, Elton, you should check it out.
All right.
Maybe you can explain it to us.
Yeah,
I might have to pass you guys on that offer.
Ah, man. All right. Well, this okay. So, is there any? But the Skeleton Crew is supposed to start is tomorrow. Is the Crew tomorrow?
Oh yeah, December 1st, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So that should be. I hope that's interesting.
They released. It's gonna be 2 episodes,
Hmm. Yeah. So I check
so
it
they
out.
released it one day earlier. I don't know why.
That's the one about with the kids, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe hopefully it'll be interesting. At this point, like when it comes to Star Wars, I'm kind of like, I don't know.
I mean, you gotta be open minded. So just, I mean, not. I don't have that much hope, but I'll still check it out.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I
Well,
don't. I don't have that much hope watching it, but I'm just gonna
I think you had at
maybe
least have
give
to
me
give it a
a
chance.
miracle. But
Yeah.
I
no,
believe the writer is a pretty good writer, right? The guy that did Spider Man with
given
Holland.
the look, given the fact that we're watching this shit at all, is us giving it hope, giving it a chance.
That's
I mean,
true.
if you're a
We're
Star
not
Wars
writing
fan,
it
you
off
want to watch
yet.
it.
Right. So it's like,
Shit, we watched the Acolyte, so
oh my god, dude. Ugh. I was surprised at the people who were surprised that it got canceled. It was like, why would you start this terrible show got canceled?
maybe the minority, huh?
Yeah, the loud minority. So, all right. Disney had a hit. Moana made $386 million. I don't know how, but actually, you know what I do.
Animation. They love kids animation.
You know what because I do know how. The reason why, let's see, share it a little bit. Yeah, 386 million, second largest global debut, 20 behind Deadpool and Wolverine.
That's a lot. It's way
Yeah,
more than I thought. Yeah.
yeah. So Deadpool and Wolverine made 438.
They didn't have no agenda in this one, Elson.
No.
Oh,
As I said, they just really played it safe. I think.
like Inside Out, huh?
Yeah, I think a little too safe. Like you
Oh,
can.
okay.
Yeah. You can tell it's like, oh, it's a fine movie. Nothing special. It's not as special as the first one. So.
All right,
But
so Moana 2 was originally commissioned as a television show for Disney Plus before it was
yeah.
retooled into a theatrical feature film. And from what I heard is like it was going to be a whole different voice cast when it was a TV show. And when they decided to make it a movie, that's when they got everybody back. So
Oh,
that's why some of the characters are kind of they're like TV show characters.
is that what they have the chicken, right? Hey, hey.
Right, but like
Yeah.
some of the male the villagers, I guess, were the kind of probably were the kind of characters that would be in a television show.
Oh,
So because I like my friend, he went to go see it too with his kids, and that's basically what he was like. They were kind of annoying, and Maui and Moana spent a lot of the movie apart, something like that. Is that
They didn't meet till later. Yeah.
yeah? So it's like
And her crew that she was with, like,
mhm.
they had little to contribute to her success.
Right. So that's basically
Yeah.
yeah, that feels like the kind of characters that would be in a TV show, but you will learn more about them over time. You know, at some point you will learn more about them, but like right now in a movie, they don't really serve a purpose. They're like, they would have their own little episodes or something like that.
Actually, one of the characters
Mhm.
that's in her crew, she said herself, Moana said herself, that he was there for a specific reason, and throughout the whole movie, they didn't even use him for that reason. And then they also introduced what was like supposed to be a villain, I think,
Mhm.
but she wasn't a really fleshed out character, so she was kind of presented as evil, but then they kind of just threw her character like to the side. It was kind of weird. But
So, TV show.
you can
Especially with
tell, yeah. Now that you mention it, and I heard that before watching it,
Mhm.
it's like, oh, I can kind of see it.
No, but like the funny thing is, and this
How
just
long
shows
has the
you,
movie been out? 1 week?
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
one
okay.
week. Yeah.
But this shows you how these companies are screwing up because people are so desperate to have something to bring their kids to that even a retooled television show stretched into a movie makes this much money.
Yeah, what was the last one? Right in July, Deadpool.
Yeah,
So
but
August, almost
but
3 months.
the last kids thing had to be
Inside Out.
Despicable.
Inside Out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Inside Out, or was it Despicable? Which one came out first?
Both Inside Out. Almost at the same time. It
All
was
right, so
Inside Out, and then this the Minions.
all these movies made a lot of money. So you would think, hey, maybe we should greenlight something for people to watch that is just entertaining and like whatever. I doubt it they're gonna do that. But they're also filming. Oh, did you see what The Rock looks like in in the live action Maui thing?
The
The
Moana
new
thing.
movie he made.
No, they're making a live action Moana.
They
Uh,
are.
yeah, so
What on
uh,
steroids? No more steroids.
no, in live action. See if I can find a picture.
I saw the trailer for the Mufasa movie.
All that.
Oh boy.
Okay. I'm trying to find actual pictures of him and not shit that people made up. See if I can. Dude, this drives me crazy. You got to go through a bunch of made up pictures in order to find one. Okay.
What do you mean, like AI?
Dude, drawn AI, everything. There you go. Because Maui is not like he's muscular, but he's kind of like he is. I don't know. He's like a big dude, muscular. He's not like
Not
ripped.
cut. He's big.
He's just big.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a suit he's wearing. That's why he
No,
looks
so
like
make him look more cut up, huh?
no, because he's already cut. So if they wanted, I don't. Yeah, it's like oh, okay, maybe this is like a lot of this stuff where it looks better. It'll look better when it's on film, as opposed to like when you're just looking at set shots.
Yeah, you have to remember too. He's the one that said he never took. It's all natural, no steroids.
Yeah, he's 50-something years old. No, nobody believes that. It's like,
Yeah. You didn't
as a
take anything. You just ate good food. And yeah,
yeah,
whatever.
bro. As a 50-year-old dude, no. You work out, you'll for about 5 minutes, you'll feel the pump, and then like the next day, that shit's gone.
I mean, you can get older and be in shape, but not like that, dude. Come on.
No, not
At least
that.
Sylvester Stallone admits it. I take steroids.
Yeah. So I don't know why. Well, I don't know. It should be interesting. So they got that, and they have the how to train your dragon thing. That's
Oh
coming
yeah,
out.
that's something I wanted to mention. I saw that, and then the Minecraft movie, and then a teaser for Lilo and Stitch, the live action.
See, that actually looks in. That looks more like the cartoon. I don't know. There's the way they animated the cartoon. I'm a little skeptical if they will be able to pull it off in CGI. Because when you animate in 2D, there is certain things that you can do way easier than you can in computer graphics. It's like the facial. It's just the way that they do the in betweens to get the snappiness. It's like you can't really like you can kind of do that in 3D animation, but if you go back and you look at any like behind the scenes stuff for like 2D animation, that you know what in between is?
No.
Okay, so basically, what the lead animator, he draws all the like, so you have 24 frames a second, so that's 24 pictures, right? So what you'll do is the lead artist will draw the main shots of the guy going this, this, that kind of thing, right? So then you get someone to do in between, in which they'll draw the way that you connect this. So all the little stuff of this, see this stuff to get to the next shot. All right. Sometimes in order to get it to flow right, it'll look really weird. It'll be stretched out, and you can't really, like, if you just look at that picture, they don't look the same. But when you collect it and you animate it all together, it'll flow in a way that you want. So your mind will, like, so you can get the action. So when you whip your hand like this, sometimes instead of just drawing like every picture of my hand doing this like this, one of them will be like this weird stretched out, like my hand will be like this stretched out like that. That gives the impression of movement. So when you put it in the middle, the way your brain sees it sees it as a movement between one shot, and it just looks better. So when you do 2D animation, you do a lot of that stuff, and you can get a distinct way of movement that you cannot really do in 3D. I mean, it's possible, and they've had like things where they've gotten it close, but it's just a way to do it. It's like when they open their mouth, one of the shots would be really open like that. So if they could pull it off, then it'd be great. I don't know if they can, because just the way it's going from 2D to 3D. It's going to be the same thing with the How to Train Your Dragons thing. Is there certain movements that gives a charm to your character that they figured out in 2D that they haven't really figured out in 3D yet? So right. Even if they're doing a shot to shot, like the same thing, it's just making it live. Some of the changes is kind of like, okay, for the all right, so the girl who's playing Astrid is Tandy Newton's daughter, and she was in she was in the first season of what's that, the HBO show with the it was a Wild West thing, but it was robots. It was like a future thing when you used to go to a park and it was killer robots or something. She was in that. So she was in a couple of things. Her daughter is part Dutch or something like that. So if they would have put a blonde wig on her, you wouldn't have been able to tell that she had any black in her. This is the way I'm serious. Just the way that her face looks. So she actually looks like Astrid. So she looks like the character in terms of how her face looks, because her mother is mixed. So she's only like a little black. For whatever reason, they wanted to make her black, so they decided to give her braids for some reason, when they could have just gave her blonde hair and you wouldn't have been able to tell. So it's just like weird things where it's like, okay, maybe when you see it.
Just because they put braids doesn't mean they're black. I mean, people in ancient
I know
braids, right?
Yeah, but like she don't have like like you would think of braids in Norse. It's more like the kind you would see on a black chick braids.
Oh, okay.
So like thin little blades. So it's so it's like they went out of the way so that you can go, hey, she's black. It's like it's really weird. Some of the like it's like, okay, I don't understand why you made the change, because again, she looks like Astrid. If she would have just had a blonde wig on, you wouldn't have been able to tell, and nobody would have had any issues with it. I think people really don't have that much of an issue with it. It's just like, it's just weird that you did this. But this is the end of all this woke nonsense stuff where they feel like they have to. So you can have an entire Black Panther movie with nothing but black people. That's fine. But if you make a movie about a bunch of Norse people, you got to stick at least one kind of sort of sprinkle of black person in it. And I guess right. So I guess it's really weird. But I guess if you look at it, the white dude in Black Panther was kind of Same thing. It was like, why is he here?
It was just kind of there.
Yeah, just like a random white guy. I'm like, okay. So I guess it's the same thing, but it's just really weird. So what else we got this year? We got 1 month to go. Nothing that exciting, to be honest. Most of the stuff that's like, I can wait for it to come out on DVD or whatever.
DVD? This is the DVD?
I just got old for a second. I'm sorry.
You talking about Blu-ray?
Yeah. They don't even do that anymore. Forgive I just had an old guy brain fart.
I still have my Blu-ray with my old DVDs.
So, forgive me. I had a brain fart.
That shit won't work on the smart TV, right?
Yeah.
Would it still work?
Yeah, anything with an HDMI. The only problem is depending on how well your TV is. So if you got like a 4K, it's gonna look like absolute dog shit.
Oh.
You know, like when you go and you cut your TV on and you go look at like a 1980s or 90s basketball game.
Oh my god!
And it looks like somebody grabbed some Vaseline and just smeared it all over your television. Yeah, because the pixels that was shot with was, you know, like this. So it's taking an image that's like this and stretching it out like this. So that's why it looks like dog shit. But supposedly the 8K televisions will have like AI or whatever built in, and it will basically it'll take a pixel, right? So take a pixel and there'll be an empty space in the middle, and that's why it looks like it does, because there's empty spaces in between the pixels. So what it will be able to do is insert data into those individual pixels, and then that's how it expands the picture to be bigger.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of like how, you know, your phone, you can take yourself out or take something out of the picture, because the AI, yeah, it guesses, is like, all right, so the horizon does this, and then this, and the lighting is this, and this thing you want to take out is like right here. So it'll take that out and then input in the middle of what it thinks will be behind you.
Would it be a lot big difference from 4K to 8K?
To the like footage for it, we're kind of at the point where you won't even notice, to be honest. It's because your eyeballs can't see that well enough for you to be able to pick out the difference.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be crisper, it'll be a little whatever. So we kind of get into the point where they're gonna like, they'll like 16K, be like, no, it does blah blah blah, and you'll be like
16K.
You'll be like, I don't see what the hell this dude is talking about.
Oh, it'll be
like,
the next 12K, right?
Well, I mean, 4K, 8K, 16, yeah, they double it.
4, 8, 12, then 16.
Dude, I have no idea. We're talking like in the future of TVs that who knows what the hell is going to be. But no, like when you go to the store now, it's like if you're used to 4K television, it's just bigger.
Yeah, you can tell by the way UHD compared to 4K, it's a big difference.
Right, that was a difference. Now it is slight color differences. It gets darker or stuff like that, and after that, it will basically be the dude will just be telling you that it's better, and you'll be looking at him and like, I cannot see what it is that you are talking about. It's the same thing with like the PlayStation Pro.
Maybe when you go try to buy it, they put on the settings so bright that you'll be like, wow, look how it is. No, it's just because you'll be so used to like 4K television or 8K or whatever already, you will not be able to tell the fucking difference. You just be, the dude will be telling you some shit, and you just be like,
it all looks the same.
It looks the same. It's like
they're all crisp. The thing you can barely tell.
Yeah, it's like, no, the PlayStation Pro, basically they had to take still shots and then show you that the foliage in the background was clearer, was crisper. I'm like, dude, I will not notice that in any capacity playing this game. Like, none. Because my eyeballs don't work, you know, my eyeballs don't work as well as yours. And even if they worked as well as yours does, you won't be able to tell the difference. But it'll be full of AI. And from what I heard, that all the old, so when you'll be able to watch like basketball games from the 80s or whatever, and they'll be clear again. So all your DVDs will be clear and all that stuff will be clear. But that'll be about it. It's like we're at the point of I don't see whatever the hell it is. I don't. So
It's like, look, more pixels
yeah, woo.
that you can't even tell, that your eyes can't even distinguish.
Right. You'd be watching YouTube on the shit anyway, so like it won't matter. Okay, so is there anything that you guys else want to talk about? Because it's like I looked through all kinds of there's literally nothing but BS. People complaining about the election and shit. I'm like, I don't care. It's like
What is the what was about the raid thing? Just
no, basically IGN you know how all right, I'll show you. You know how we're at the point where we just don't care. They keep announcing stuff, and like most of us don't actually care. It has gotten so bad that here we go. That IGN has basically said, please stop announcing movies and actually make one. There's like 14 different freaking things in the works. Like, is any of this stuff gonna come out?
so where's Star Wars major project right now? Just Ahsoka season 2?
The TV shows, I think they give a list. This one may give an actual list.
Just Andor, right? Andor 2 and Ahsoka season 2.
Okay. To multiple. All right. So there's a list. There's actually a list. All right. If I guess they don't have the list. No, dude, there's an actual list of all these freaking failed to materialize. I'm trying to see if I can find it. So it's basically Taika Waititi has one. Sean Levy has one. The Mandalorian Grogu episode, like the trilogy for Ray plus another Ray movie. Dave Filoni, James Mangold. Supposedly they're still gonna do the Rogue Squadron. So like 14 different things that they said that they're
Can't
gonna
wait.
yeah, but everybody's kind of like, and that's why IGN is like, dude, please stop announcing stuff. Can you make something and then put it out? Because like
they should make the series of Lando, huh?
Well, there's supposedly that's gonna be a movie.
It was canceled, right?
Well, the show was canceled. No, the show was canceled, and they're gonna make a movie.
Oh, they should have just made the show.
Look, I keep saying there's a trilogy of books for Lando. He has the Millennium Falcon, how he got the Millennium Falcon, and what he was doing before you met him at Cloud City. Right? There's 3 books. There's a trilogy. There's 3 different stories that you could tell. Then there's another story with Han Solo. There's 3 of those about how he got the Millennium Falcon from Lando. Somebody told these stories, wrote it out.
Is that like the movie where he lost the bet?
No, it was an actual thing where during the whole thing, they actually keep trading Millennium Falcon. But the funny thing is they keep trading it back and forth. So one would get it,
funny.
and then the other one would like con him out of it, and then he would have it for a while. Then the other one would con him out of that. So it's going back and forth. So that's like the whole thing. So there's 6 different books about both of them by themselves, about how he met Chewbacca, how this, like, so all of this was written out. So you don't, all of this crap that they're doing, you do not have to do any of that shit. Just take these 3 things, make it into an actual thing. Very simple.
You wish, but
I don't know why this is so hard. They make this shit so hard. There's literally hundreds of fucking books that are already written that have characters that have not been described how they look physically. So you can make them whatever the fuck you want them to be. You can make everybody black. You can have all the Twi'leks or whatever be polka dot. It doesn't matter. It like
You
all
read the
these.
book or you read the comics?
No, these are books, dude. There's hundreds of fucking books
Wow.
where they have hundreds of thousands of characters, where they get a slight description of what the guy kind of looks like. Where it doesn't matter. You can make them like if you wanted to make the most progressive bullshit that you wanted to, you could.
How long you follow the
Hey,
story?
hey,
Just long as you
Savant,
follow
don't
the
give them any ideas.
bro. As long as you follow the stories are already written. That's what drives me
Are
crazy.
these stories like canon, I guess, or I don't know if that's the right word, but
Now, no. But like
oh, because
it was kind of so that's what I'm saying. You can make them canon. Just take a story that a bunch of Star Wars fans loved and make it into a fucking movie. Just turn this into a fucking movie. It's already written, has characters created, different planets that they've been to. They describe the planet that they've gone to. All you gotta do that. I don't know why you keep having to make a bunch of bullshit. Nobody wants to watch fucking Ray. Nobody.
I thought that Marvel wrote Star Wars books.
No, they got Star Wars comics. So
Yeah, comics.
that's even too. So it's basically it's all the shit that happened in between each movie. So all the little adventures. It's again the same thing. It is a story. It is an adventure that Han or Luke or Leia went on, Lando went on, all of them. Just find one you like and make it into a fucking movie. Thousands of fucking books.
That's it, man.
Like the Kathleen Kennedy is a fucking idiot, dude. This should have been the easiest thing. It's like
She has to retire, man. Just fucking retire.
no, she wants to win, but she's not going to get it because she's too stupid to actually realize how bad she is at this.
She's so narcissistic, huh?
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's her way, and that's the highway. That's it.
Yeah, and just like you have plenty of evidence where you're incorrect. You were wrong. What you wanted to do was wrong.
So stubborn. She's so stubborn.
You gotta no.
This best franchise, you throw it down to the ground into the grave.
It is basically what it amounts to is they have a round hole, they have a square peg, and they are trying their fucking hardest to get the square peg to go into the fucking round hole.
And they're blaming the fans.
And they're blaming the fans because the square peg does not fit in the round hole.
Oh my gosh.
There's hundreds of round pegs like over there in the corner that they don't want to use because they want to get this is gonna fit. Like it's not. You've been at it for 10 years. It's not working. And given like what you said about Moana, if you give people something that is even remotely entertaining, there's nothing else. People are tired of they've watched everything on Netflix, they've watched everything on everything else.
They would have just made the movie Star Wars a really good movie. They'll make over $1 billion easy.
Yeah, dude. It's I don't know if it's a Disney thing. It's like with the Black Panther. It's like you're making a Black Panther movie without fucking Black Panther in it. And then you're shocked that it didn't do as well as the first one. You're making a Captain America movie without Captain America in it. And you got the Falcon running around fighting the freaking Red Hulk. Like, how the hell does that work?
Well, it tells you already Hollywood's dying already. So basically, that's what's going on now.
Yeah, and what's crazy is people are dying for entertainment.
And can you name me a new actor like before Brad Pitt, Denzel, Robert De Niro? Remember all these actors are so big now you don't know. There's no actors that you want to go see no more.
Timothy Chalamet.
Oh, dude, no. They keep trying to make him a thing. There's a bunch of them that they're trying to make a thing, and people kind of. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Marvel's relying on Robert Downey Jr. already, old actor.
There's a dude that
we don't have no more young actors.
No, because they have not done anything to make them like to make it more organic kind
Yeah,
of
that's
thing.
what I'm saying. Samuel L. Jackson, Tom Cruise. I mean, all these actors that were so big that so popular now. We don't have that no more.
No, because they didn't do anything. Like there's no properties that they're in that they're the reason why it's a thing.
I mean, you want to say Chris Evans? He's I mean,
Mm.
he's the
Ain't nobody
youngest.
went to go dude. Ain't nobody went to go see Red One. Nobody watched the thing he what. No, it's just he is not a guy that makes me go out and see
Mhm.
this. Now the thing with like Denzel Washington, I'm curious. He's supposed to be in Doctor Strange 3 as Dormammu.
Yeah, they're desperate. They have to bring out the big guns, man. Hopefully that works.
I don't even know what that's gonna look like. Is he gonna have his New York accent? It's gonna be talking shit to Doctor Strange. It's like I'm I don't know. Is he and he's gonna be in Black Panther too, like 3. Ryan Coogler is writing him apart for that. I don't know what he's gonna play.
Also, they're making Black Panther.
Right. I don't know. I don't know. It's it's just I have no
So
fucking
basically, Black Panther's son. That's gonna be Black Panther.
like
Hopefully,
no,
not the girl.
no. Just recast. Do what the man's family has asked you to do. Recast the part.
And
He
keep it
wanted the black.
simple.
Yes, he wanted the Black Panther to be like James Bond. He was only going to do it for a certain amount of time, and he wanted them to pass it along to somebody else so that they can do it too, just like James Bond. But they have fucked up James Bond too. So it's like, bro, this is not that hard. I don't know why. Why? Well, I know why they want it. They're making it that hard because they want it to fit into whatever nonsense that they want to push. Nobody wants it. It's like EVs. Nobody wants EVs. Like, you can put it rebates and do all the shit that you want. People don't want to buy them because they don't go that as
That's what you say. Everywhere on the freeways are all EVs.
that's California. That's Los Angeles
How do you know the other states don't have that?
because they're having problems with selling them in New York. Seriously, you go to New York, you won't hardly see any because there's no
Yeah,
place to
but
charge
if
them.
you live in New York, you don't need a car. You take subway.
But yeah,
It's not the difference. It's different from compared to over here.
but look, bro. Tesla sells cars, but Tesla is actually selling less cars now.
Yeah, 'cause they're expensive.
All the other companies that went EV, they're trying their best to get out of selling them because the Lightning, the Lightning is not selling, the Mach E is not selling because once you get out of certain
So
areas,
don't you think it's because it's expensive?
cars are expensive. Period, dude.
No,
People
I know,
buy
but those EVs are expensive. It's not cheap.
the the Lightning is not that much more expensive than a regular F-150.
I
Not
think
really,
the consumers are afraid that the infrastructure is not there, and
because it's not. Yeah.
and the inconveniences of traveling. Like
Hmm.
imagine just from here to Vegas, you have to like charge it at least once, and
If you
then in that charge, you have to find a place where you can charge your car. You're gonna have to wait at that place for maybe 30 minutes or an hour,
Mhm.
and that's already like a
Yeah,
a
it's a hassle.
hassle in and of itself. Like,
If you are
Remember,
lucky,
Dodge said they're still gonna make the Challenger and the Charger and the Hemi. They're
yeah,
still
good
gonna
luck with that.
do it.
Yeah, good luck with that. It's just if you are lucky, the
Oh,
company
what do
that
you mean? Like,
no
they're
no no
they're
no no
still
no
keeping
no
gas.
no no no. Let me finish. If you are lucky, the people who make your EV has made it so that it can tie into Tesla's charging system because the other charging systems are shit. Electric, I think Electric America or something like that. You be like you go there and half the machines don't work. So you're running out of power and you finally find one that's out of the way thing that you finally got to, and the machines don't work. So you got to go find another one and hope you got enough power to get you to the other one and hope that the machines over there don't work.
Yeah,
Right.
it's just a hassle. I mean, the car looks nice, but it's a hassle.
Now, I think at some point, yeah, like once they decide to actually make the infrastructure for it, at some point, yeah, it'll probably take over for the internal combustion engines, because at that point there'll be enough people who will have been born after it's been a common thing to have an electric vehicle, so they won't have as much attachment to the gas powered thing. But at the same time, they're also working on cyber taxis and all that shit too.
Yeah.
So it could be a thing where you have like a family fucking car that just drives around and picks you up. Seriously.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what they want. They also want the thing where if you don't pay your bills, your car will wake up one evening and just drive back to the dealership, and you'll come outside, your car will be gone.
Damn.
And,
You really are living in the Terminator times.
Bro, be
yeah.
living the Bulgarian jihad and stuff. Scary.
They're
Well,
sentient beings.
dude, they're working on they're working on different types of these things that they're starting to look more and more and more like the iRobot stuff. So it's like I don't know about all this shit, man. But I'm gonna be too old to care. So 20 years from now, I'm gonna be 72 years old. I'm not really gonna give a shit about the robot overlords. I'm like, bro, you guys wanted all this shit, and then you out there arguing with the robot mailman. You want to yell at it? I'm like, I don't care. It is the future is a coming. So I don't know. All right, to end this on a note about entertainment, there's not much coming up that I'm all that excited about. I am curious about Captain America just to see what the hell they're gonna release, because we're working on their 4th or 5th reshoot. The movie comes out in February.
Well, Pacemaker will be next year. The Last of Us will be in HBO. The Game of Thrones, the night will be there too in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as you have Max, it should be pretty good.
I think there's a Dexter thing. I forgot if it's this month. I don't know if you guys like Dexter, but
I never watched it. They said it was good.
oh, one of my favorite shows.
That was like what, 7 seasons?
Like 6 or yeah, 6
Yeah, I
17.
heard it was really good. I used to see it, but I never really watched it.
Ending was god awful, but other than that, it was a fine series.
Like a Game of Thrones, huh?
Yeah.
Look, everybody can't stick the ending like the Penguin did, dude. Just the way that they made you think that they was gonna do the whole anti-hero thing. It's like, oh, they lied. You knew who he was 5 minutes into this fucking show. And they just made you think that they was gonna do something different. And no. He's a selfish ass, narcissistic asshole who don't give a shit about nobody else but himself. Like, wow. That was so. I'm curious. Is like they're gonna do Shogun 2. I don't know how that's gonna work because they did all 6 books.
I know.
So it's like, are we gonna actually get into actual history, which should be interesting, and what happened afterwards?
I'm pretty sure.
So, yeah, so stuff to look forward to, stuff to kind of. I just can't wait to see what they're gonna do with friggin' Captain. That's gonna be a hodgepodge mess. And somebody brought it up that you're trying to fix something that should have never been made in the first place in post. Like, you probably made the Red Hulk Trump like president, and then over half the country voted for him. Like, shit.
When did the Thunderbolts come out?
I don't know. I know it's before it, and then we also got Daredevil that's gonna come out, and it's looking like they are leaning into bringing back the Netflix folks. Netflix, Luke Cage, Jessica, damn, I can't remember. His like his wife and maybe Iron Fist, maybe. So that should be interesting. All right, so you guys got anything to add before we end this stream?
No, not really.
Nah.
All right. Well, on the behalf of myself and my compatriots, please like, share, and subscribe and all that stuff. To all you folks that are checking us out after the fact, thank you very much, and hope we're keeping you entertained. So, on that note, bye bye.
See ya.
Peace out.